I'm gonna be on television. I'm gonna be on television. So, in like less than a minute, I need to leave because, like I said, I'm gonna be on television. I got some work as a background actor, which is an extra. Obviously, I'm not gonna be vlogging while I'm there, but I'm gonna come back when I'm done and talk about my experience. Talk to y'all again tonight when it's done. So I just got back from filming. I don't remember if I said this in the intro, but this was for I don't want to say the name of the show just in case. But it was for a daytime court TV type situation, and so I was just in the courtroom audience. So my understanding is that this kind of filming situation is a little bit different from the typical being an extra kind of thing, but I've never been an extra, so I only say that based on my understanding. Anyways, what happened was I went to the studio, checked in, did paperwork, and then basically just sat on set for like 5 hours. And it was really cool to get out there and see see all the lights and the cameras and the set. It was an exciting thing to be a part of, even though towards the end it kind of dragged on and got a little boring just from being in the same space, in the same spot, in the same room. But it was cool, and I met a lot of people who do a lot of background acting kind of work, or people who are trying to become more featured actors, and people from all walks of life. So that was really cool just to be a part of it and to get behind the scenes. Like I was really giddy when I walked in there and just saw all the technology and equipment, and it was awesome. So that, and you film, you get money. Got paid in cash this time, which is fantastic. I love that. And then just went home, and now I'm here. So again, since this was the only time so far that I've done it, everything else I say on here on out is going to be based on my experiences, or I'm going to kind of say some things based on some of the things the people I talked to told me and that sort of thing. So if you're watching this, you're probably wondering, 1, can I do this? I have a question for you. Can you follow directions? And can you have a whole day set aside for it? You need a whole day. If you answered yes to those 2 questions, then absolutely. That's basically all it was. Following directions and just being sure that you didn't have any other commitments. And then for this kind of thing, like in the studio, it's not quite so stretchy with you may need the whole day. There were some people I was talking to who were saying it's not uncommon that you're scheduled for 8 hours and then end up doing another overtime for 8 hours, but that's fine because overtime pay is like golden. So that's that. Number 2, is this the kind of thing where, I don't know what has gotten into my cats, where you could make this into your main career? There were people who I was talking to who did. The only thing, from what it seems like to me, is that it sounds like it's a lot of work to get work. Obviously, you're not gonna have a steady thing going and steady thing planned out day to day. You have to figure it out yourself, and you may have to travel a lot. You spend a lot of time looking at casting agencies and letting them know that you're available and sending out your headshots. One woman I was talking to said basically for some of the bigger ones, within the hour, like they'll post it on their Facebook, and if it was more than an hour ago, you're probably not going to get it. So it's a lot of work to get work, but it seemed like it's something that if you're willing to do that, that could be sustainable. Number 2, is this a great way to bust into acting, like an actual acting career? I don't know. I'm gonna say probably not, because they, they don't want you handing out your resume to people on set. That said, though, it does give you experience, being on a film set. You do see people, and there's value in that. So don't go, thinking you're gonna make buddies with the director, but um, and don't go expecting that, just sitting there and looking nice and someone will be like, oh, I've discovered you, I'm going to give you a lead part in my role. But, somewhere in between, possible. But there's a lot of extra work that you probably need to put into that as well. What else? Would I do it again? Absolutely. In fact, once I'm done here, I'm gonna go and see what else is available and doable for me and get back to that. Which brings me to the last thing, which is, how do you find out about these sort of things? I found out about this show actually through the local news. If you live in a place like I do where there's a very vibrant film and TV industry, I feel like about once a week, like on Mondays, the local news in the morning just says everything that, not everything, but some featured things that are casting. And there's also casting agencies. There's ones that are specifically for extras and background work and stand-ins. And some of those, like I've signed on with a couple of them. Some of them will keep all of your information and like tax forms on file, so you're just good to go with that. And then with that, once you're on them, and then once you find the agencies and stuff, they put it on their social media, and then you just send an email, or some of them have a form where you just put a picture and like your measurements and ethnicity and those age and stuff, and just send that in. And then if you're what they're looking for, then they'll send you a time and ask if you're available at that time, and then you say yes or no. But you need to really be available for the entire day. I think that was everything I wanted to talk about, but thumbs up. I'm doing 2 thumbs up, but you can't see because one hand is holding the phone. That's all, so have fun and be safe and go be in movies.